Welcome to Inquiry into Self. And this is the series Making the Impossible Possible. So, ultimately, what we enjoy is feeling fulfilled, feeling alive, feeling vitality going through us, feeling creativity going through us, having love coming through us. Those are ultimately what we're looking for. Everything that looks impossible is not usually stopping any of those things. It's usually stopping the way we want it to appear. But one really great example, which is, not one of those major things, but happens all the time for a lot of us, is in our eating. So there's a particular treat, I'm going to call it a treat, given how it makes me feel if I eat a lot of it. It's really not a treat. But it tastes good in the moment. And I hadn't had it for a while, so I was having a craving for it. And I know it's not ultimately that great for how my body works. And as it turned out, it was time for my meditation group, and there was none of that thing around. So I joined into the meditation group and felt that craving, and then had, this wonderful experience of just tuning into the thoughtless experience of what is. And then after the meditation, I ate something else that my body does enjoy, and I felt wonderful. And I noted to myself that if I had eaten that thing I called a treat, I would not be feeling so wonderful. I probably wouldn't feel too bad, but I certainly wasn't going to be feeling wonderful. And, freedom before used to be, well, I get to have those treats. For a while I ate it will-nil, just all I wanted and felt accordingly. But I was free. I was eating exactly what I wanted. And now freedom more feels like, do I get to have the ability to stay in this place of highest vitality? That just feels really great for me. And, do the cravings win? Or does the vitality win? It's not really a win or lose. Whichever way, it turns out good. Life is great. Every experience is interesting. So it's not really a win or lose. But I'm just showing that freedom now feels more like this experience of going towards what brings more and more vitality. And it's interesting how that shows up in lots of areas. I love hiking to these gorgeous destinations. And when we were in Glacier National Park, there's this one place that you can't get to without backpacking and sleeping overnight. It's, from any place that you could park a car, it's like 30 miles or something. I mean, I guess some people could. Maybe it's 40 miles. I mean, maybe somebody could hike that in one day. I don't know how you get back to your car that same day. But in my case, it would definitely require having a backpack and spending the night. And for various things, it just is not comfortable for my body to do that. And I even did an experiment trying to try out different ways of doing that. So maybe I could finally get it to be comfortable for my body. And I probably could eventually find something that was good enough. But I realized I was wanting to go through this stressful experience because I wanted to see this particular vista with my own eyes. I need to see that vista. Now, there are so many gorgeous vistas all over Glacier. I mean, it's just awe-inspiring. I mean, outside my front door is some very nice vistas, but that in my beauty-loving eyes, that really stands out. Now, it's interesting how that appetite, these 20 gorgeous vistas I saw, I still have to see this number 21. And I had to put my body through all this stuff to get to number 21. It's interesting how those appetites, those cravings arise. But the freedom is to enjoy the vitality as it comes, as life flows. So the vitality for me turned out to not eat that one food in that particular moment. And the vitality in this is turning out, I'm not going to go backpacking and see that particular vista. And I'm going to enjoy all these other vistas. And life is glorious. And eating that fruit instead turned out to be amazing. I just felt it was really, I don't know what, it just turned out to be particularly good. A good piece of fruit. So it was an orange. So, this vitality, this is so abundant. And that inner drive to add something more to, we can put ourselves through all kinds of suffering, adding something to our body or adding something to our house or adding something. Not that any of that's wrong, of course, but, is there a fullness already available? I'm finding that the fullness is so complete that I'm adding less and less. And we're free to add as much as we want. But it's nice to discover that some of those extra things, it turns out we're so full. Oh, life is so full. What we are is so full. So being able to take the time in that meditation and just notice that really that craving wasn't going in the vitality direction and feel the freedom to go in the direction of vitality is just full flexibility. Full flexibility to not be driven by those things, to feel the fullness. What we are doesn't fit in the boxes. Doesn't fit in the boxes of the 21 spectacular views. It fits in the box of what is provided here in our natural abundance. So, just another reminder, what you are does not fit in any box.